Hey, what's up everyone? Sinister here, bringing you a Gamerversary video. And today is the 30th anniversary of the X-Men arcade. I'm going to discuss my experiences with it, with this beat 'em up, and of course the 90s in general. So let's begin. So Konami's been releasing some bangers back in the day, and then of course this is one of them. As I mentioned earlier about the 90s, it was a big boom for beat 'em ups and fighting games in general. Because like everybody in the moment tossed their name in the hat because, hey, they wanted a piece of the pie, things like that. So anywho, moving on, like the whole experience begins in Aladdin Castle because that's been the mecca for me for arcades that I go to on the weekends. And when I saw the X-Men arcade, I was blown away to seeing how big it is and how wide the screen is, as well. Because the version they had on display was the 6-player version, which is really cool because, we've seen like a few people playing it. And I was like, dang, it's like, this looks great, like seeing all the characters, like Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Dazzler, and Cyclops, things like that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I had a chance to try it out. And of course, I use Wolverine because that's my boy. That's usually almost everybody's favorite on there. But to usually who has the best special, well, it just depends. Like, usually you have Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, or Nightcrawler because their specials are cool. The ones that suck is basically Dazzler and Cyclops. Cyclops has that optic blast. Ooh, whoopee freaking do. And it's like, and of course, Dazzler herself, she just has a big ball and just throws it on the ground just to clear her screen. It's like, yeah. Like I said, they're the two leads I would use and things like that. But, like with Wolverine, just going around slashing and dashing, seeing enemies getting torn apart, especially like the Sentinels, like seeing like all their parts rolling on the ground, which is really cool and all. So, well, before I get more into the gameplay, I want to talk about the presentation itself. Like I said, graphically, the cutscenes look amazing. That tells the story, what's going on, what the plot is all about. Magneto, taking over the world. He wants to, defend mutant kind from the Homo sapiens, things like that. So it's up to the X-Men to stop him in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So, anyways, like I said in the cutscenes in itself, and the animation, it looks like, I've seen this before. The Pride of the X-Men pilot, back in the late '80s. So those who've seen it back then, they know what I'm talking about. So, moving on from that, it's cool. Like late '80s animation was used in the game. But however, in the same year, the new X-Men series came out, which was even better, like animation-wise, story-wise. It's just amazing here on out. But that's for the game itself, like standard beat 'em up fare. Scroll from left to right, or depending where you go to, sometimes vertical. Like I said, depends where you're going. Fight a bunch of enemies, attack, jump, use your mutant special, things like this. Like the basic gameplay affair, with the controls and all. Like, that's like for your mutant power, it's like one of those special moves that, you got to use it, when it's convenient. Or if you're like in tight quarters, like you get surrounded by a bunch of enemies, hey, use your mutant special to clear the screen and move on, things like that. But it's really tough doing this game by yourself because, without friends and stuff to help you out, it really gets difficult. And sometimes it will get boring after a while. It's like, depending on what level you're on, you see the same clone enemies, fighting, coming at you all at the same time. It's like, like I said, like on the first level, you got a bunch of Sentinels coming at you. You sitting there tearing them down. But the cool thing is, like, once they're down, you get a chance, you can stomp them, stab them, even shock them, depending on who you're using, things like that. So they're just cool and all. But however, at the end of each level, you got to fight each member of the evil mutants. You got from Pyro on to the big boss, Magneto himself. Like, I remember the time, like, I'm joining some other people. We got all the way to Magneto. We tore him a new one. Several new ones. Like, they don't make him think twice by taunting us, like calling us X-Chicken and things like that. It's like, that's really cool and all, things like that. But, well, anywho, that's all I got to say. I definitely want to hear your opinions about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. This is Sinister. Be easy.